We gather here today in an auspicious chapter in the human story. We come together at what may turn out to be the penultimate moment of human existence. A report 2 weeks ago by the Breakthrough National Center for Climate Restoration makes clear that there's a good chance that society could collapse by 2050 if serious actions are not taken in the next decade, are not taken by the people in this room, are not taken by us. Planetary collapse is unfolding. Disasters are becoming the weather. James Baldwin reminds us that not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced. And so our capacity to speak to the sadness that we feel for the earth is rooted in our capacity to truly know and love the earth itself. We are called to speak the unspeakable, and namely, that our current worldwide model of never-ending growth, manufactured separation, expanding consumption, and ever-widening inequality is life-denying, soulless, and heartbreakingly immoral. And our willingness to face these challenges will be a measure of our character, our very aliveness, and our humanity, as well as the determinant of our legacy, for better or for worse, to future generations. But maybe this is just how we are. Maybe this is just how humankind is, more human than kind. Maybe we're terrible. Maybe that's the story, the human story. But what if we told a different story? What if we started treating the world as if we planned to stay? What if we left the old story of alienation, separation, and greed behind? There is a new story that we can choose, a story that is grounded in the belief that healing is possible, that a more beautiful world is possible, that our highest calling in life is not separation, but connection, not destruction, but nurturing, not alienation, but love. We can write the greatest story ever told. We made the world we're living in, and we have to make it over. James Baldwin again. And we are here tonight to not just identify the problems, but to find the solutions. We are here tonight to build a bridge from policy to practice and to breathe life into the solutions that we know are possible. We are partners in the possible. You and the people next to you in this room are allies in the outcomes, collaborators in turning the impossible into the inevitable. The city of San Luis Obispo has so much to be proud of as we turn protests into policies. And Hal Harvey is here tonight to illuminate a path towards a net zero San Luis Obispo. A path that will not only address the defining challenge of our time, but will also be the biggest economic amplifier that we have ever seen. Our leadership creates fertile ground for innovators, entrepreneurs, and cutting-edge thinkers to find a home here in San Luis Obispo to grow their regenerative businesses, to be part of creating the world that we are making over. The challenges of this moment are unprecedented. And so too, it is a once-in-a-generation opportunity to stand up for each other. And the city of San Luis Obispo looks at the road forward through the lens of environmental justice. And we stand with the frontline communities that are joining with us here tonight. These are key community partners, partners who often get left behind in these conversations while being at the forefront of this crisis. These communities are and will continue to be affected in different ways, not only by climate change, but by any policy that we set in motion to mitigate it. And to understand these implications, we are partnering with leaders from different organizations to voice their concerns and priorities as San Luis Obispo addresses climate change. Our well-being and the world being well are linked. We must have the courage to come together. Separation is extinction. Together, we will create a city that is not just sustainable, but one that is truly regenerative, a city that goes beyond resilience, a resilience that imagines that nature is the enemy, but instead blossoms into a life-affirming community that understands that we are nature, a city that celebrates that we are in this together and that when we all do better, we all do better. A city that goes beyond net zero to create a net positive city, a city bound by a joyful commitment to each other and to the future generations.